and personnel from the Ghana Police Service. This is what a crowd looks like. It's a sea of people on this road, on the Kwame Nkrumah Avenue. For previous protests that I've covered, I was able to see the end of the protest. That is not the case today. It's a sea of people who have poured onto the streets today to demand the resignation of the governor of the central bank and his two deputies. Yes, sir. What's your name?
My name is Frank.
Frank what?
Bobuafo.
Okay. You've seen the disagreements here.
Yes.
Protesters want to use the Kwame Nkrumah Avenue Road. Police says no, use the Castle Road.
Oh, we are on a peaceful demonstration. And we agree on the route. But we don't know why they have changed the route. But whatever the case, we arrive at our destination.
So what do you make of what is happening here? The disagreement, the near scuffle here?
In fact, I don't understand. The police, they are Ghanaians. We are all suffering. We are all suffering. Let us pass. If they have allowed us, by now we are gone. They are causing unnecessary tension. But whatever the case, we arrive at our destination.
We want to give you a lot of placards here. Addison must go. No jobs for the youth. We can't buy Kenke. You can see some headquarters also here taking part in the protest.
Those are sights and sounds from the OccupyBoG protest. If you heard Maxwell Agbagba, he says they're actually at the central business district heading towards the Bank of Ghana. They have already notified that they will picket at the Bank of Ghana premises. But earlier there was some misunderstanding between the organizers and the police. But they say they will still get to their destination. Listen to the leaders.
What we are seeing today. We think that this particular governor should not be allowed to stay in office. He's a printer, and we all know what printing does. Printing of money is like an alcoholism. The perceived good effect comes immediate, and the hangover comes after the party. This Akufo-Addo government, together with the governor, hasn't been fair to the people of Ghana. In fact, Governor Addison printed for President Akufo-Addo for them to live a champagne lifestyle on an appetition budget. We can't continue this way. Today, look at what is happening to our economy. Ghanaians are struggling, finding it very difficult to survive. In fact, some are struggling to eat 3 times in a day. We can't continue this way. And so clearly, what is happening in this country cannot continue. We want this government out. The governor must go, and the president must be allowed to appoint a new set of Bank of Ghana team. And that's what we're waiting for.
We have the minority leader here, Castella Tufosin. Let's find out from it. You're live on Joy News on the AM show right now. The last time you spoke on Joy FM, you had disagreements. You said that you had disagreements with the police on the route for this demonstration. We want to find out, is the minority, are the protesters going to go with the police directive, the route to use for this demonstration?
We are ready to work with the Ghana Police Service. They are indeed here to protect us. This protest is organized by the minority in Parliament, the official opposition in this country. we have every right under the Constitution to protest. And as part of our oversight responsibilities, we can use this route to express our revulsion against the conduct of the central bank. Our position is simple. The Ghana Police Service must show us where the security zone ends, the so-called security zones. We will comply with that. We will get to the end of the security zone with the protesters. And at that point, I, together with the leadership of the NDC minority in Parliament, must be allowed to walk to the central bank to present petition that should be received by the governor himself. He must be the one to receive our petition. I won't just hand over to him. We'll read it to his hearing and would demand his exit today. If he fails to exit, there will be series of actions against him.
So what happens if the governor of the Bank of Ghana does not come out to receive your petition?
Then we will not live there.
You will not live there?
We will not live there until he receives the petition.
You stay there throughout the night?
Yeah.
So tomorrow?
We'll live till Thy Kingdom. We'll stay there till Thy Kingdom come. He must be the one to receive the position, nothing more, nothing less.
Not even a rep from the central bank.
Him. We are not. We are not protesting against staff. We are protesting against the conduct of a governor.
So don't you believe that
against the conduct of the governor?
Intended to send a signal over a disagreement or dissatisfaction with a particular conduct. So the route that is chosen for that protest is significant and important. I do not see why it should be a problem for Ghanaians to march to the Bank of Ghana to present a petition to the governor. I do not see which serious violation of law and order that would constitute. So I'm quite frankly surprised that the police wants to create the impression that it is such a major difficulty and that they cannot offer security. The people who have showed up for this demonstration have no intention of going to cause chaos or going to engage in any unlawful acts. They just want to show presence at the destination where the greatest harm has been done to the Ghanaian economy. So I don't think that any problem should arise. The police should have adequate capacity to ensure that no law is breached or that law and order is not undermined. And therefore we are determined to achieve that objective of going to the Bank of Ghana to present our petition to the governor.
Why the Bank of Ghana and not the Jubilee House like we've seen in recent time? If you say that the back stopped with the president,
absolutely,
one would say that it should be at the Jubilee House, not the Bank of Ghana.
We are aware that it is the president and the sidekick, Alhaji Bawumia, who are behind the collapse of the Ghanaian economy. We are fully aware of that. But the governor is symbolic to the extent that it symbolizes institutional decay. You know, the governor has adequate powers in Ghanaian law to prevent what happened. He has a right to refuse to comply with any request that has detrimental effects on the Ghanaian economy, but he didn't do it. So the protest is symbolic in that it is to send a signal to any and everybody conspiring with the Akufo-Addo Bawumia government to do damage to this Ghanaian economy, that the people of Ghana will hold them accountable. So it is the first in a series of steps to drum home that point.
And what happens if the governor and his two deputies, what happens if they do not resign?
Well, we will not relent. We will not relent in making that demand until he goes. So a real showdown is about to take place.
A real showdown?
Absolutely, absolutely.
The governor is a coward. Dr. Edison is a coward. I mean, and this is not going to be the first time. I've served on the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament for 7 years, and at least every year we invite him twice to appear because of the Auditor General's report. And I can say on authority that Dr. Edison himself has appeared before the Public Accounts Committee maybe 2 or 3 times in 7 years. He's a coward. He runs away from his own work, from his own failings. Most times he sends his deputy, Maxwell. And I won't be surprised that today it will be Maxwell who would have the balls to come out. Edison himself won't come out. Edison is a coward, and I'm putting it to him. You are a coward, and you have failed. You are a colossal failure. Because look, where we sit as a country, let's call a spade a spade. We have 196 central banks for 196 countries across the world. In 2022, the Central Bank of Ghana, the Bank of Ghana, came last. We had the worst performing currency in the world. world. Our currency was worse than the currency of Yemen, was worse than the currency of Syria, worse than the currency of South Sudan, worse than the currency of Yemen, worse than the currency of Ukraine, Zimbabwe. Our currency was worse. So come on, if you send your child to school and the teacher you ask to teach your child, or the lesson teacher who is teaching your child at home, goes to write the licensure exam and in Ghana comes last, would you continue? But what even annoys us as young people the most is that in 2022 they increased their allowances to themselves by 100% and paid themselves 8.7 million as allowances for coming last. This is the failing of the governor of the Bank of Ghana. This is the same governor of the Bank of Ghana who in 2022, apart from borrowing in excess of the 5%, 38 billion, to the government of Ghana in clear violation of the Bank of Ghana Act,